here, the reason why you see with the higher wage rates, your leisure time becomes less, or your working hours increases. It's because the substitution effect dominates the income effect. However, in contrast here, income effects dominates the substitution effect. So with the increase of wage rates, you work less, which means you consume even more leisure time. So here, income effect dominates in this case. Okay? So sometimes substitution effect dominates, sometimes income effect dominates. And usually we say when you are relatively poor, substitution effect dominates in the very beginning. And after you get richer and rich and rich, income effect, you will regard leisure time as an important thing. It's just like a luxury good, okay? So you will consume more income. Sorry, what did I say? You will consume more leisure. You will consume more leisure. So you will see from E star to E2, and the slope becomes flatter, right? So you may infer what? From here to here, y as compared with n would be luxury because the income elasticity exceeds 1. Okay? We have already mentioned this before, so I will not repeat here. Alright, so check. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at this, and then we will go back to the previous one. We skip to this one first. On this diagram, you will see as the wage rate increases from this L1 to L2 to L3, your leisure time become less and then become more, right? Which means you work less and you increase your working hours and you cut your working hours. Okay? So it's a price effect, the total effect. And if we connect these 3 points, if we connect them, we are making some curve. We call that PCC. What does PCC stands for? Price consumption income. Curve. Price consumption curve. PCC. So the change in these 3 points is due to what? The change in price. And now the price is wage rate. Okay? So the curve connecting these 3 points is actually PCC. And this is for leisure, and this if we make the horizontal as working hour, so it would mirror image. But you need to know there is something I should mention for you. Otherwise, you may misunderstand. Alright, for the left diagram, you see it's a Y on the vertical and N on the horizontal. Now we make N on the horizontal and W wage rate. Okay? So wage 1, W1, W2, and W3 corresponding to the slope of L1, L2, and L3. Okay? Once again, W1, W2, and W3 is actually the slope with a negative sign. The slope, or the absolute value of slope. W1, W2, and W3. So it's higher and higher, right? And with W1, your leisure time would be at H1, or 24 minus H1. 24 minus H1. And 24 minus H2. 24 minus H2. And 24 minus H3. 24 minus H3. So 0.1, 0.2, and 0.3. You have this shape of demand for leisure. Okay? So you use this one, you may derive this one, the leisure demand. And the labor supply, the supply curve of labor is actually, what did I do? Oh, I did something wrong. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I need to, well, oh. No. The mistake is by the slide. Okay, there is something mistake. It should be N1, N2, and N3, since we use N as the, once again, I make some mistake here. Alright, one more time. H1 actually should be N1. So would you please change the notation here, N1, N2, and N3. So with the lowest W1, N1 is the highest. And in the middle with W2, N2 is the lowest, N2. And with the highest wage, W3, which corresponds to N3 in the middle. Okay, so points. If we find some curve connecting these 3 points here, this is the demand for leisure. Okay? So, would you please help me with this? You change H into N. To N. How do you pronounce this letter? N or N? It should be N, right? There was a joke happened to me. One day, my insurance company called me. Okay, Roger, what's your car plate number? Did I mention that? Okay, I said my plate is something, 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 En. Okay, 4 numbers, and En. And the lady on the phone asked me that, N, is McDonald N? I said, no, not McDonald, it's N. It's N. And I say, HIJKLM, N. Oh, it's N. It's not N, it's N. 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 Actually, okay, it's not fun. So, many Taiwan people pronounce this letter as N. You know that? It's not N, it's N. Okay. Alright. So, N1, N2, and N3. You will see initially is a demand curve satisfying the law of demand, but reversed here. Okay? And the reason why you reverse here is because in this part, from here to here, substitution effect dominates income effect. And in this part, income effect dominates. So the first part, substitution effects, dominate. Second part, income effect. And since the demand for leisure is the mirror image of the supply curve of labor, so you will see with a low wage rate, when you are not rich enough, or when in your young stage, at your young ages, you will increase your working hours as the wage rates increase. But after, say, you're 40, 45, and you may want to get retired, you wanna retire. Or you will regard leisure as more important, to get some more time to deal with, or to hang out with your friends, or to be accompanied with your family members. So even the wage rate gets higher and you work less instead. That is because substitution effect will make you work harder. However, income effect will make you on appearance, something like lazier. The reason why I use lazy, the term lazy, which means, okay, I get more money and I wanted to have more leisure time. I want to cut my working hours, so looks like I am lazy. Actually, not necessary to be lazy, okay? But you just see leisure as something precious. So we call this kind of labor supply as the backward bending labor supply. Backward bending labor supply curve. Okay? So potentially backward bending. And don't forget the reason. At this part is because substitution effect dominates. And this part is because income effect dominates. Okay? Any question here? Okay, we used up all the slides I provide to you, but next hour I'd like to introduce something about cost. So from a consumer, from the viewpoint of a consumer, let's switch to the character of producer. And that part should not be very difficult, but would be in your final. So next hour you need to take some notes. You need to take some notes without slides. Any question here? So let's take a break, and I'll see you at 11, okay?